So here I have the previous project where we were testing the XY grid. And here we're going to create a new file. It's going to be called mixins.html. And we're going to add a div with the class container and also a div with the class mixins. So let's add a heading right here, SASS mixins. And let's open this here on the URL, mixins.html. You can see we have SASS mixins. And you can open the app CSS. And from here we can create the mixins, or we can use the mixins. Not all of them because there are so many, but I'm gonna show you the power of mixins if you don't have any previous experience with this feature of SASS. So right here, we're gonna start working with the mixins. So first let's start working. Let's create an H2 and we're gonna use a mixin for the hamburger menu. So let's see how you can create really easily a hamburger menu. So right here I'm gonna create an anchor tag, the href. We're gonna pass this empty the URL, and then we're gonna add a class called hamburger and close the anchor. So then we're gonna copy this class, and right here, and I'm gonna make some space, paste right here, and then we're gonna include the mixin. So Foundation already created this mixin. We only have to include it. In this case, the mixin is called hamburger, and it has several parameters that you can pass. In our example, from the keynote that we saw in the previous video, we only use a mixin that takes one parameter. In this case, this one takes several parameters. So for example, the first is going to be the color of the hamburger menu. Then the color when you hover in the menu. So for example, we're gonna make something more dramatic here. We're gonna add red color so you can see better the change on the screen. And then you pass the width, 50 pixels, the height 30 pixels maybe. Of course, you can play with these values. And then the thickness of each bar. And then the number of bars that you want to use in your hamburger menu. Normally all the hamburger menus use 3 bars. So let's save this and open Chrome, and now you can see we have our hamburger menu right here. So that's something really common, that when a user is visiting the website, in a mobile device you can see a mixin like this, and when you click it's gonna open the menu. Of course we're not doing that. I'm showing the mixins that we have available in the framework. So next we're gonna add, and I'm gonna add another H2, we're gonna add center mixins, and we're gonna create a div. We're gonna call this one center element, close the div, and inside we're gonna add a paragraph that says center me. And then we're gonna add the closing paragraph tag, and then we're gonna add center element, and we open the curly braces, and I'm gonna add a height right here, height 300 pixels. Then we're gonna add a background color, and we're gonna use E1, 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 and then we're gonna add position relative right here. So then we're gonna use the paragraph, and the way, if you don't have any previous experience with SASS, this is the way that you should write your CSS, nesting the elements inside right here. You can see that you have the center element and the child is this paragraph. So you should nest your SASS like this. And then we're gonna include, and we're gonna use a mixin called horizontal center. So save this, and now you can see we have center me, and it's horizontal center. And of course you can use also vertical center, and this will center this vertically. And you can use both, include horizontal center and vertical center. It's going to be centered right here. But of course, if you want to center in both ways, you can use another mixin that is called absolute center. And you can see it centers the the paragraph tag. So that's really handy. I'm gonna uncomment this, and I'm gonna add horizontal center and include absolute center. And I'm gonna select this and open selection and edit, toggle comments, and I'm gonna comment those lines. So we're gonna create another element. We're gonna see, for example, we're gonna create box mixing, and we're gonna create a div with the class box element and close the div. So the box element, you can create, or you can give a width and a height to any element, and it's gonna be added. So for example, let's add this box element, and then we're gonna include box, and then you pass the width and the height. So the width is going to be 200 pixels and the height 100 pixels. And of course, to see this, you can add background color red. Save this, and now you can see we have our square. Well, no, it's not a square, but we have this right here. And this is really handy if you wanna give a width and a height to any element in your HTML. So that's something nice. The box element is going to be really helpful. So the last mixing that what I want to show you in this video is the border element. So we're gonna border mixing, and right here I'm gonna add div class success, close the div, and we're gonna add a paragraph, and we're gonna add success message. So maybe you are developing a system or something like that, and you wanna print a success message. You can do something like this. So you can see success message right here, and we're gonna copy this class success, and we're gonna add a height, maybe 50 pixels. Then we're gonna include the mixing. It's going to be called border, and it takes three parameters, same as if you have something like border 2 pixels solid green. You can pass 2 pixels, comma, solid and green right here. And of course you can pass valid CSS right here in all the mixins. So save these, and now you can see we have the border. And you can also pass dash. Any property that you find in the in CSS can be used in the framework. At the end is only CSS, what we are typing here. So we're gonna add position relative, and you can see we have a paragraph right here. So we're gonna add P, and I'm gonna add include absolute center. So you can see we can mix the mixins. You can see we have border right here, absolute center. You can mix them and use them wherever you want. You can see we have success message right here. Something really nice about the mixins. Of course, the idea is not to remember all of this. The idea always is to know that you have something available in the framework and what the framework is giving to you, so you can save a lot of time.